At the moment of recording, the press kit is absolutely smashing his pop games with Ember Spirit. His playstyle on Ember is different from the usual one from the previous patches, because in all of his games he completely skips Flame Guard up to the level 11. But let's not get too far ahead and inspect his gameplay in order. Usually in the last patches, you were faced with a choice on what to skill on the level 1, Flame Guard or Sleight of Fist, but in the current patch, Sleight of Fist got significantly buffed for securing creeps, so that is why GPK always goes for the Sleight of Fist for his level 1. Removing a creep damage penalty makes this spell to be a reliable tool for securing class hits on the landing stage. Also, Sleight of Fist got noticeably better for harassing the enemy on its first 3 levels. Maxed Searing Chains and Sleight of Fist gives you an insane amount of early aggression, because almost nobody would be able to withstand this amount of harass from the slides at this stage of the game, and when the opponent is harassed, it could be easy to commit a kill with the Searing Chains. Also, an interesting thing to note here, he makes sure to use triple remnants when the Void Spirit is rooted, because while the Void Spirit is rooted, he would be unable to disjoint remnants with the Dissimulate. If he had Flame Guard instead of Chains here, he wouldn't be able to kill Pango. He was constantly pressuring Pangolier with Fists and Chains, so the lane would become unlaneable for the Pangolier. Even though Flame Guard can deal a lot more damage than the Searing Chains, realistically it's not a reliable tool to kill your opponents with. Mid lane is very short, so if you pop a Flame Guard, it's easy to hide under the tower. Some heroes can outrun you, some heroes can break your shield, and some heroes can purge it. Another important thing to do is to control power runes on the Ember Spirit. Active runes are busted on their own, but when you are playing very active on the Ember Spirit, getting a proper rune can be a game changer. For example, getting a DD at the minute 6 would most likely mean that the mid is over for your opponent. He uses remnants to help him control runes pretty oftenly. To control the rune with a remnant, just drop the remnant in one place and run to another rune spawn place. If you went for this skill build in the last patches, that would have meant that you are sacrificing your farm potential for the early aggression. But the new Sleight of Fist has become a very decent farming tool, so you shouldn't worry about falling down in the farming speed. In the majority of the press kit's games, he was on the top of the net worth graph, even without leveling the Flame Guard. Even though his net worth mainly comes from the hero and tower kills, he wouldn't have had that consistently high net worth if he wouldn't have been able to push creep waves swiftly. So, because of the fact that you constantly harass the enemy with fists, and also able to root for 3 seconds with chains, you can either call your supports to kill and destroy the enemy mid, or you should come and pressure the side lanes. To say simply, with this skill build you are hitting a very strong power spike so early that no one on the map would be able to withstand your early pressure. In terms of the items he buys, his main core items are Corrosion, Phase Boots and Desolator. Orb of Corrosion is a core item for early aggression, as not only it synergizes insanely well with your fists, but also it helps you push towers, which is essential to become successful with an aggressive playstyle. Phase Boots are the best boost for early aggression, as it gives you damage for your fist spam and move speed for teamfights. Desolator synergizes with the Corrosion and Sleight of Fist. Skills that you make with it will also give you bonus damage. He buys this item almost every game, mostly to kill supports easily and also for tower damage. Usually he doesn't buy Maelstrom at all. With the Deso you will be able to kill creep waves almost as fast as with Maelstrom, since the creep damage penalty is removed on the fists. After buying these items the game is usually over, but in the longer games he also goes for the BKB, Daedalus and Blink Dagger. Talents that he chooses are the same for every game. Plus 15 damage on the level 10, plus 1 second of chains on the level 15, plus 65 hero damage for fists and 2 fist charges. So to summarize it all, you max fists and chains, constantly harass and pressure the enemy, then you connect with your team for early aggression. Damage from fists and root from the chains will also help you to connect with your teammates for the pickoffs. You'll also itemize for accelerating your tempo with the main items of Corrosion, Phase Boots and Desolator. Thank you for watching. If you found this guide helpful, please make sure to subscribe so I know to make more guides like this one. You can also check my other guides about Dota tricks. Goodbye.